Fresh Baked, are you are you sick of Star Wars Land news? Because if you're not, then this first piece of news that we have for you today might be some of the best news you've received so far of late. What I'm talking about is this news coming out of Disney. It's a rumor, really. It's not even really news. It's not a thing that's happening. It's just a rumor. Disney is considering building a luxury resort, a Star Wars-themed luxury resort, right next to the Hollywood studios, right next to Star Wars Land in Disney World. Now, of course, that alone sounds great. I would love a Star Wars-themed hotel. If you gave me just that, I'd be a happy guy. But there's more. This resort is going to have LARPing elements. If you don't know what LARPing is, that's live action role-playing. That means your entire visit in the resort will be filled with you living a Star Wars experience. More than just being at Star Wars Land. The things that are happening to you throughout your entire visit, that includes the hotel, will be part of a Star Wars experience that you are living in. The hotel would be part of an immersive luxury resort that is completely themed to Star Wars. Matter of fact, your hotel, as it were, would be designed. It would look like and feel like you're in an actual Star Wars spacecraft, complete with a projected image of the galaxy out your room window. That's that's your guest suite right there. The whole thing would be managed by an RFID chip that you would wear like on your bracelet. Same thing as they're doing for My Magic Plus, which has an RFID chip in it. And this chip allows Disney to basically track you. But more than that, they don't just know where you are. They know your history within that stay. Meaning you would align yourself with the Empire or with the Rebels or whatever. And they can see your progress in that vein. And their interactions with you would be dictated upon what they see in their... They already know what you are, what you've done, and they can talk to you and treat you and interact with you in ways that are consistent with your current stay. That's amazing. I think what they call that is a persistent identity, is how it was described, which sounds great. And it just goes beyond what we've already heard about for Star Wars Land. Now, so far, this is just concept and a survey I think that they've sent out to guests to find, to gauge people's interest level. But the only possible answer as a Star Wars fan is yes, I want this. Yes, I do. The only question is how much will this cost? It sounds really expensive, and that's why I guess my question would be: are you into this? Do you want a LARPing vacation at Star Wars Land? At a Star Wars themed hotel, or would you rather save a bunch of money and just stay at a hotel that's themed like Star Wars? Oh, by the way, the package includes a 2-night stay at the resort for up to 4 people, accommodations for 4 in the suite. All your meals are paid for, and you get a 1 day's admission to Hollywood Studios. My guess is you spend 1 day at the hotel LARPing it up, and then another day actually, in the park, and your experience again would be enhanced in that sense. I think it's safe to say that, however this goes, the minimum we're going to get is a Star Wars hotel. I feel like that's reasonable, right? The minimum is just a Star Wars themed hotel. So it's time for us geeks to start saving our galactic credits, I guess, because I don't think I can miss this. I'll have to find some way to get down to Star Wars Land hotel and stuff. All right, so apparently Disney World is getting their very own Club 33. I was going to do a whole bit on this, but then I realized I don't really have an opinion one way or another. So this is just to tell you that Disney World is getting their own Club 33. That's pretty much it. Discuss. So here's a rumor that's been going around. Apple has been thinking about buying Disney. Now, this is just a rumor. It's just talk based mostly on the idea that Apple realized that they've got the 14th floor of their office building filled with $100 bills, about more than $200 billion in cash just lying around. And I guess they feel like they have to spend it on something, otherwise it's going to go bad. I don't know. But anyway, what can you buy with $200 billion? You could buy Disney with $200 billion, I guess, assuming Disney stockholders are willing to sell. But again, it's just rumor and speculation, and just about as likely as Star Wars being based on a true story. But the real news for me on this is not the fact that they could or could not or would or would not buy Disney. It's how do I feel about that? Because when I first heard the news, the first feeling that I got was fear. I'm afraid of this kind of purchase, and I'm not sure what I'm afraid of more. Does Apple? I mean, that's a well-run company, obviously, but are they do they know how to run Disney? That's a whole different thing, I think. Not to say that Disney is 100% awesome at running Disney, but you know what I'm saying. There's the Disney way. Does Apple try to enforce the Apple way onto the Disney way? And secondly, I don't know if I like the idea of these such huge companies coming together. You're talking about one company that owns Apple, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, all the Disney, Disney, obviously, that whole studio, Disneyland. I mean, we're just that much closer to a real life by and large, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that whole thing scares me a bit, and I hope that people come to their senses and realize this is a terrible, terrible idea now that I think about it. So this is fun. It looks like the Big Hero 6 sequel, not that there is actually one in the makings, but if there would be one, it might be based on a true story. And by that I mean Disney has filed a patent for a soft plush robot. In other words, a robot with a soft body that people could physically interact with. Or in other words, Baymax. And I'm in. I guess though the idea is for these soft huggable robots to replace cast members in the parks or for some other reason perhaps, but that's the way I'm seeing it. Or maybe not, because I really don't think that you can replace cast members. They provide something that can't be programmed, and there's love in that suit, and you can't, no matter how hard you try, you can't program love. But I would like to see a Baymax, a huggable Baymax in the parks. Not all the characters would have this, but a few. That would be cool. I'm down with that. And finally, it looks like those Fantasmic rumors that Ian had been talking about a few months ago are being confirmed by the Disney company. There are some changes on the way for Fantasmic. I should clarify that Disney has confirmed what's being added. Fantasmic is going to return this summer, or maybe at the end of the summer once they reopen Rivers of America. And they took that opportunity, in fact, to update the show. But they've only confirmed what's being added. They didn't say what we were losing. And surely, with ththese additions, there are going to be some losses. What we're getting, it sounds like, is more Mickey Mouse, and by that I mean the live Mickey Mouse, the walking around Mickey Mouse. We're gonna get Genie. We're gonna get some characters from Tangled, Lion King, and Pirates of the Caribbean. So let's try and guess what we're going to lose with these new additions. I remember Ian mentioning before that we were probably going to lose Pinocchio. My first guess is that's where Genie would land. Tangled characters. Now, they didn't say it's a Tangled scene, but characters from Tangled. My guess is the couple, they're going to be on the rafts. The Tom Sawyer rafts with the other princess medley thing that's going on. Although I couldn't guess which couple we would lose. It's all about equal to me, but I doubt it's Belle and Beast. That's still very topical. So it's up to one of the other couples. Have no idea on Lion King, but I kid you not, if they replace the Jungle Book scenes with the Lion King, I'm going to take a hostage. And then obviously Pirates of the Caribbean, that's going to replace Peter Pan and Hook, that whole scene. Which before you start throwing rocks at the computer, I have patience with this because I feel like the pirate scene could be pretty cool. That means you're going to get Jack Sparrow, right? And everybody loves Jack Sparrow. You're going to get Jack Sparrow, and I don't know if you're going to get, Davy Jones or Barbossa, but possibly. But I mean, that's going to be pretty cool. You're going to get Jack Sparrow and probably some things exploding and, fire. And people love those scenes in Fantasmic. So I think that sounds like a win for me. I could probably trade pirates for Peter Pan. All right, that's it for the news this week, guys. I really want to hear from you, though. I want to hear from you about the Star Wars resort thing. What I want to hear is your guess. Your guess as to what a 2-day stay would cost at this type of resort. Remember, they use the word luxury, and when you say luxury at Disneyland, the modest accommodations are already expensive. So this could be a big number. What do you think a 2-day stay at this kind of resort, this LARPing resort, would cost? And I want to hear from you Fantasmic fans out there. I know there's many of you who are probably really shaking their fists at this news. What is it that you're okay with? What is it you're not okay with? Do you mind losing Peter Pan? I'd like to know. And that's it. Until next week, guys. We'll see you then. Fresh bait.